So you see the arrest of Dennis Boakye that happened yesterday, 12 July 2026. A lot of youth are saying they don't understand the reason why the EOCO people had to arrest him on Sunday. They had to wait on Monday so that they can arrest the guy. And then right now, when you go to the forecourt of the EOCO office, a whole lot of shit is happening there.
Police.
Today, 13th July 2026, the MPP youths arose doing a demo saying they have to free Dennis Boakye, popularly known as Miracle, who was in somehow engaged in the 55 million investigation. These are two people, an accountant and then a secretary. And then the secretary happens to be Dennis Boakye, popularly known as the Miracle, the communication director for Boakye's campaign right now. And then he's aspiring for director for communication, the communication director in 2026. His video came out somehow this month. Yeah, I saw it 2 days ago.
I swear, the policeman will pay. He got a pepper spray for my auntie side. They don't go die for a year. I swear. I don't do anything, no. And I can't pull my brother and make it come out for the people that I make. It's not a pepper spray for my IC side. But I don't do anything.
Relax,
I somehow understand it. I understand the reason why the EOCO people arrested him on Sunday, because whosoever has been bitten by a snake lives in fear of the web. So this has happened before in the MPP's camp. We all saw what happened years ago. Someone who had to do an accountability for Ghana, and then at the end of the day, the person flew to abroad, and then right now the case is now a foolish case. We can't go back to the case again. So they saw this, they saw it, and then they had to, improve in that. They don't have to wait for the second time, because the testicles of a foolish is not being stepped twice. So you can't step on the testicles of a foolish man twice. All right. So they had to, take an action. That's why they arrested him on Sunday. So I somehow understand it. But the youth are saying, no, they won't understand. So when you go there, when you go to the forecourt of the EOCO office, bro, it's crazy. So from the EOCO office, they released a press today explaining everything that happened. So people were like, oh, they should have released it months ago so that we will know, say, Dennis Boakye engaged in this activity. And then the second person is Greyland Apia, who happens to be the accountant, and then Dennis Boakye happens to be the former secretary, and then the former accountant. So these two people have been arrested. So they released the press explaining everything to us. And then when we get into the press, they started with introduction, the reason why they arrested Dennis Boakye. And then they were saying, this is not more of like a theft. All right. They are not putting it on him, say he stole the money. They are saying, it is three things. One, misappropriate, misapplication, diversion, and then theft. All right. So it can be misapplication of the money, misappropriate of the money, theft of the money, diversion of the money. It can be anything. As I am talking to you right now, the EOCO are saying, the accountant is now reversing the money. He's refunding the money. Money now, oh, this money gone missing. The accountant is refunding the money. Where did he get the money? Or if you're not engaged in such activity, why are you refunding the money? And then, since they've caught the accountant, probably he also mentioned someone's name, because I can't be in a crime alone and then you catch me and then I'll be disgraced. I have to mention someone. So by now, we don't know. For now, we don't know if he mentioned Miracle's name or not. But to the context, Miracle is part of that activity. What is the 55 million theft? So the current secretary, right now, Miracle is a former secretary, right? And then the current secretary, whose name is withhold. They didn't mention his name. said there was, some diversion of money on 1st August 2022. That was the time of the NPP. So the let's get to this. A lot of people are saying, they never knew that we had a secretary, someone who was we never knew that they appointed someone in the inter what interministerial coordinating committee and decentralization. We never knew that someone was a secretary there. Nobody knew that they appointed a secretary there. So Denis Boakye Miracle, we never knew that he was a secretary. And can come the PM say he's now a former secretary. Fine, that's a bad story. But the current secretary is saying, he said there was some diversion of money on the 1st August 2022 to 2nd February 2025. So as he checked into the previous version of everything, he saw, say, Skaway after baby misappropriate, misplaced, diversion, theft. So who are these people? And then as a secretary and then as an accountant, you people will answer this question. So if they are to wait for Denis Boakye, or if the EOCO are to release a press before Denis Boakye comes back to Ghana, if it were to be you, will you come to Ghana again? Let's speak the fact. All right. If it were to be you, I'm not sure say you come back to Ghana. They are saying, say, 55 million they are doing a 55 million investigation, and then you happens to be in the list. Say, oh, come and let's investigate you. And you are, because as of that time they were investigating, he was in abroad, no ni Ghana. So they had to wait for him to touch down. So at Kotoka International Airport now, the immigration officers called the EOCO. He is in Waba. It's a mobile day. Also on Sunday, Waba. So let's do it. Let's catch him. These are the offenses. 1, conspiracy to steal and stealing. 2, using public's office for profit. 3, causing financial loss to the state. 4, dispensation of public funds. Defrauding by loss pretense. 6, money laundering. 7, other suspect offenses. So they say that Greenland appeared there. He has violatory began refunding. Scanner or no one day scanner around the 55 million. He has begun refunding them. And then left with Denis Boakye, popularly known as Miracle. And then the youth are saying, no, I don't understand the reason why. I don't understand the reason why we should be. I don't understand the reason why. I can't bring that English. But you see, sometimes we should give them the benefit of the doubt. These are people that are working for the state. There is a missing money in the office of the secretary. All right, 55 million Ghana cedis, 55 billion old currency. And they are saying that this person is a suspect. We caught the person and then we're investigating the person. You people stood up on Monday morning, which you have to go to work for the public, pay tax. But you people decided to go to the EOCO forecourt to shout. Meanwhile, your leaders can go talk to the EOCO people. Why did you arrest one of our members? Simple as ABC. But in Ghana, we can't settle things in peace unless in dispute, right? I just say the answer yet me settle matter. And then this lady that calls herself the daughter of Mr. Miracle, right? No cry, misery. The way this girl was shouting at the end of the day, we saw that this girl was holding money, which we don't know if the shouting was supposed to relate to the we saw that she was holding money. All right. And then so others are saying that was the benefit of the shouting. She had to shout so that she'll get something. All right. And then this man too, you don't have teeth. By the end of you don't have teeth, but you are shouting. Once someone see you too,
I didn't see any shouting. Hey,
you see, me, I am not an MPP, I'm not an NDC. I stand for Ghana, and then I stand. But sometimes we the youth in Ankasano, this man like this, you can go and work, pay your tax. Ghana will be settled. Ube kumplana clean up exercise. No planning. These people didn't engage in the clean up exercise. And then we are doing everything MPP, NDC, NPP, NDC, NPP, and 55 million, 55 billion old currency. They can't million, 55 billion. Look at them. By the end of the day, mobile man I had to say, see foolish case. You won't see where the case will go. Pa. Ubi na green card or what say I'm on it. He won't come and do accountability again unless the MPP comes back to power. For that, maybe probably he will come back to Ghana. But right now, for these years, Charlie, let me know your opinion under the comment section. Okay, what do you think about the arrest of Dennis Boakye, popularly known as Miracle, the communicator for Boakye's campaign? He's not the director for communication for MPP. He's for Boakye's campaign. I feel no about prayer cut up and on the we are turning so. So let me know what you think under the comment section. The name is and also this been Rapture. Subscribe to the channel, put us on post notifications so then anytime we drop another video, you'll be first to have it. Let me catch you up in the next episode. I'm out.